When someone smiles at you, your brain betrays you. Within milliseconds, your mirror neurons fire. You feel a subconscious, overwhelming urge to smile back. Your heart rate slows. Your critical thinking shuts down. You assume you are safe. You have just fallen for the oldest, most effective psychological trap in human history. Society teaches us that a smile is a reflection of a good heart. A strategist knows that a smile is the ultimate camouflage. It is the anesthetic applied right before the knife goes in. To understand why you must immediately stop trusting the warmth of others, and how to decode the hidden malice behind a smiling face, we must look at a brutal lesson from the Ottoman Empire. In the 16th century, Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent ruled half the known world. His absolute closest friend, his Grand Vizier, and his brother-in-arms was a man named Pagolak Ibrahim Pasha. They had grown up together. They shared meals, secrets, and a vision for the empire. Ibrahim was the second most powerful man on earth. But as Ibrahim's power grew, so did his arrogance. He began making decisions without the Sultan. He began acting like a king. Suleiman realized his best friend had become a threat to the throne. But Suleiman did not show his anger. He did not issue a public threat. On the evening of March 15, 1536, Suleiman invited Ibrahim to his private quarters for dinner. The atmosphere was incredibly warm. The Sultan smiled. They laughed about old times. They drank. They ate. And Suleiman treated Ibrahim with the utmost love and respect. Ibrahim felt completely secure. The Sultan's smile was the ultimate proof of his safety. Exhausted from the wine and the heavy meal, Ibrahim went to sleep in the adjacent room. He never woke up. While Ibrahim slept, deeply comforted by the warmth of his best friend, the Sultan's executioners entered the room and strangled him with a silk cord. Suleiman understood the darkest rule of power. If you want to destroy an enemy, you do not bare your teeth. You smile. You make them feel comfortable. You lower their defenses until they expose your neck. The smile was not a lie. It was a tactic. We are biologically wired to read faces for survival. Thousands of years ago, if an approaching human was smiling, it meant they were not carrying a rock to crush your skull. A smile meant peace. Because of this, your brain releases oxytocin, the trust hormone, whenever someone smiles at you. Manipulators, narcissists, and social predators understand this biological loophole perfectly. They know that they cannot force you to do what they want through sheer aggression. Aggression triggers your defenses. So, they hack your nervous system. They weaponize warmth. When a toxic person wants something from you, your money, your time, your status, or your energy, they will flood you with artificial kindness. They will smile too widely. They will maintain intense, unbroken eye contact. They will laugh at jokes that are not funny. Most people mistake this performance for charisma. They mirror the smile, drop their psychological shield, and blindly agree to whatever is asked of them. You are not being friendly. You are being hacked. A genuine smile is an involuntary reaction to joy. A fake smile is a conscious, calculated action designed to extract a specific outcome from you. If you judge people by the shape of your mouth, you will spend your life as a victim. Let us observe this predatory camouflage in a very common scenario. You are at a social event or a professional networking mixer. An acquaintance approaches you. You have not spoken to this person in over a year. Suddenly, they are radiating intense warmth. They walk up with a massive, beaming smile. They touch your arm. They say, "It is so incredibly good to see you. You look amazing." The biological trap is set. The most common mistake is the automatic, submissive mirror. You feel flattered. Your brain releases the trust hormone. You beam back at them. You match their high energy. You say, "It's so great to see you too." You have just signaled complete psychological compliance. Because you mirrored them, they now control the pacing of the interaction. 10 seconds later, the trap snaps shut. The smile remains, but the tone shifts. "Listen, I'm actually launching a new venture, and I really need an introduction to your top client." Because you have already established a hyper-friendly, smiling baseline, your brain will find it agonizingly uncomfortable to suddenly turn cold and say no. You will likely agree to the favor just to avoid breaking the warm atmosphere they artificially created. They used a smile to corner you. Now, consider the path of the strategist. The acquaintance approaches. The massive, artificial smile is deployed. They touch your arm. You do not smile back. You look at them with a calm, neutral, relaxed face. You give a single, polite nod. Hello. The psychological impact on them is devastating. Because you refused to mirror their artificial emotion, their performance hits a brick wall. They are suddenly the only one in the interaction acting overly excited. It makes them feel incredibly foolish and socially exposed. Their smile will falter. Their energy will drop to match your cold baseline. When they inevitably ask for the massive favor, the atmosphere is already strictly business. It takes zero emotional effort for you to look at them and say, "No, that won't be possible." You blocked the hack. You maintained your perimeter. You proved that your emotions are not remote controlled by their facial muscles. This weaponized warmth is the foundation of every toxic environment. Look at the corporate world. The most dangerous person in your office is rarely the boss who openly yells. You know exactly where the yelling boss stands. You can prepare for them. The most dangerous person is the friendly HR representative or the overly sweet middle manager. They pull you into their office. They smile warmly. They ask about your family. They say, "We are all a team here. You can tell me anything." The moment you trust that smile and vent your frustrations about the company, they write it down. Your vulnerability is instantly converted into corporate leverage to deny your next promotion. Look at your extended family or social circle. The passive-aggressive relative who delivers a deeply cutting insult about your weight, your career, or your relationship, but they do it with a massive grin. "I'm just so worried about you." They use the smile as an emotional shield. If you get angry, they can point to their smile and accuse you of overreacting. "Why are you so mad?" "I was just being nice." They are stabbing you with a blade dipped in honey. If you continue to interpret a smile as a guarantee of safety, you will walk blindly into every trap laid out for you. Deep in the absolute darkness of the ocean, there is a creature called the anglerfish. The anglerfish is ugly, slow, and physically weak. It cannot chase down its prey, so it evolved a brilliant deception. Extending from its head is a long dorsal spine, and at the end of that spine is a glowing, beautiful sphere of light. In the freezing pitch black of the deep sea, light means warmth. Light means safety. Light means life. Small fish are mesmerized by it. They feel an instinctual, biological pull to swim toward the glow. They drop their guard. They swim closer and closer to the warmth. They do not realize the light is attached to a predator until the massive jaws snap shut around them in the dark. In the human ecosystem, a forced, unearned smile is the glowing lure of the anglerfish. It is designed to exploit your natural desire for warmth and connection. It is designed to make you swim forward into the dark, completely oblivious to the teeth waiting just behind the light. Stop swimming toward the glow. To stop being manipulated by facial expressions, you must sever the automatic link between someone else's smile and your own sense of safety. Here is the tactical framework for reading faces and blocking the hack. Rule 1. Break the mirror. When someone you do not deeply trust smiles at you, explicitly train yourself to hold a neutral face for 2 full seconds before reacting. Do not automatically smile back. Make a conscious decision about whether their warmth is earned, or if it is a tactic. Controlling your own facial muscles is the first step to controlling the room. Rule 2. The eye crinkle test. Duchenne smile. A genuine smile is impossible to fake perfectly. It requires the involuntary contraction of the orbicularis oculi muscle, creating crow's feet. A fake smile only uses the mouth. The eyes remain dead, cold, and alert. Stop looking at their teeth. Look at the corners of their eyes. If the eyes do not move, you are looking at a predator. Rule 3. The asymmetry alert. When a smile pulls up slightly higher on one side of the face than the other, it is no longer a smile. It is a smirk. Microexpression psychology dictates that an asymmetrical smile is the universal sign of contempt and superiority. If they smirk while talking to you, they are secretly enjoying a feeling of dominance over you. Disengage immediately. Rule 4. Beware the predator's debt. When a stranger approaches with a massive smile and offers an unprompted gift, reject it. They are triggering the law of reciprocity. They want you to feel indebted to their kindness, so they can extract something far more valuable later. Politely refuse the bait. This shift in perception will make the world look much colder. When you stop blindly trusting smiles, you will begin to see the strings attached to everyone's behavior. You will see the desperate salesman trying to force a connection, or the toxic friend using charm to cover up disrespect. You will see the manipulators for what they are, weak creatures relying on parlor tricks. Because they lack true authority, people will notice this change. When you no longer mirror their frantic energy, they will find you deeply intimidating. They will realize that their charm does not work on you. They will realize they cannot hack your nervous system. You are evolving from an easily manipulated pawn into an absolute psychological fortress. You will no longer be the naive fish swimming toward the light. You will be the observer, watching the anglerfish try and fail to cast its lure. A smile is just the mechanical shifting of facial muscles. It is not a contract of loyalty. It is not a guarantee of safety. Do not judge people by the warmth of their expression. Judge them by the cold reality of their actions. The next time the enemy smiles at you, do not smile back. Stare right through the camouflage. This is the path of Niccolo.